Hey guys, welcome to the newest episode of Blu-ray Tuesday with Terrell. All right, y'all, we back. We back again. It's another slow week for Blu-rays, y'all. Let me tell you. I don't have everything right now, but the movies that hit Blu-ray today was Thinner from Stephen King. I ain't seen this movie probably since 1996, and I remember watching this, or maybe it was a little bit after. I got like a Blockbuster. The cover looked kind of weird. It's like a blue man on the cover. I don't know. If I remember right, I think it's about a fat man who turns skinny because of something. He gets skinny until he wastes away. I don't know, but I want to rewatch this because it did hit Blu-ray today. It's a special collector's edition from Screen Factory, but that's the biggest release of this week. Also, some bogus movie called Project Dorothy. I ain't never heard of this movie, but it has two guys on the cover, and it has in bold letters at the top, special guest Danielle Harris. We just talked about her ass last week, but she was in one scene in that movie, Roadkill, but she's not on the cover. So you know she probably has half the scene in this movie too. Kindergarten Cop, re-released in 4K today. Thanksgiving dropping next week, which I'm super excited about. No 4K, but it is gonna be on Blu-ray, and I hope there's a slipcover, because girl, from that picture I just saw again, it ain't got no slipcover. So we'll see. I'm looking forward to next week's releases. So let's get into it. We got some movies to talk about this episode. I got not one, but two Tubi movies to get into. Y'all don't wanna miss that. Over this past weekend, I stayed to myself. I just watched movies and shows. If y'all have Amazon Prime, y'all should check out this show. It's called Has Been Hotel. Hazbin, I think I spelled that right. Hotel. So this is an A24 cartoon, animated feature, anime, whatever. So it's about this girl, and she lives at this hotel, and she's the princess of darkness or the princess of evil or some shit. I don't know. Basically, demons and stuff, they go to hell, obviously, when they did or something. So she wants this hotel to have demons and bad people come to get reformed, like become nicer people before they transition over or some shit.
You're gonna help sinners? Fucking hilarious!
And you got all these evil characters that are with her. You have her girlfriend with her hair with one patch. I don't know. The one dude, he is just so inappropriate. It's not even funny, but it is funny because he's my favorite. His name is Angel Dust.
Daddy, Do you really expect me to memorize this whole script?
He's like the porn star with many, many arms and legs and shit. And he just be loving the he liked to suck dick. He's great. And then you got all these characters. This little girl with one eyeball, Adam and Eve or whatever, Adam and Steve, whatever they is, they up there, they evil people too. This is a horror TV show, but basically they burst into songs. I was like, what the f am I watching? I took an edible the night before, so I thought maybe I was still high. She just starts like talking about evil stuff and then just starts singing like a Disney princess. I was confused, but I loved it. So y'all gotta check this out. It's called Has Been Hotel. It airs every Thursday, I think, on Amazon. So the first 4 episodes did drop, so if y'all are interested, go check it out. Let me know what you think. It's an adult cartoon, so don't watch it with your children, y'all. Let me tell you. So moving on, I did watch some movies, watched a lot of movies, but I want to get into one movie that did drop this, not this weekend, but last weekend, called Laced. L-A-C-E-D. It's like an hour and 20 minutes, which is great. And it moves kind of fast, but while it moves fast, there's some parts that it just drags. And girl, we're gonna get into it. So basically, this opens up with this girl named Molly. She's up here cutting potatoes. Like, she's chopping them all up. She's about to go cook for somebody, I don't know. But then it pans to this, like, picture of her and her man, her husband, and some candles. And also, is this bitch a witch? She gets a phone call by this mischievous mystery woman. And she's telling her, oh, he's on his way back home, da-da-da. He was X, Y, and Z. He was at this place.
Remember, don't call. Burn it in the window when it's done.
It sounded scary though. She hangs up the phone and her man come home. I forgot his name, but he looked like Kill Tony. He looked just like him if he had a goatee mustache thing. I was like, okay, Kill Tony. I guess it's like a snowstorm. I guess he tells his wife, oh, you can't go nowhere for the next couple days because there's too much snow. They trapped in this little cabin. So he gets home, grabs a beer, and he just wants to watch his football. I guess this big football game is on, and she's just looking all scared and like she don't like this man. Like she didn't want the man to touch her. I was like, what is up with y'all relationships? So as it goes on, it's alluded to the fact that maybe he'd have been cheating on this bitch. So she's trying to get him back. So I think she's trying to do spells. So she makes this food. He walks in, what you making? She's like, shepherd's pie. I'm like, Molly, what the f is shepherd's pie? I don't know what shepherd's pie is, girl, but maybe it got potatoes in it. And then she goes to go seduce him for a little bit. She sits on his lap while watching football.
Hey.
He damn near throwing a bitch off the chair. He didn't want this bitch on him. She steals his phone as she's trying to seduce him. Long story short, she feeds him the shepherd pie and he eats it and starts choking. The whole movie basically is about them trapped in this house and she's trying to kill her husband because I think of infidelity and she don't want to be with him no more. And then this mysterious woman pops up and she come in there looking like she Tomb Raider in all black. She got her hair up like in the big ass bag. So she comes in to pretend to be a nurse. So she pretends like she's working on this man and he finds out this bitch is a fraud. So basically, long story short, she killed the husband and then she go in and the wife. because the wife just couldn't sit there while she killed the husband because she couldn't do it, so this girl came in and did it. And it's too much of a spoiler because there's a lot of shit that happens after this. This is like the first 20 minutes, y'all, let me tell you. The little lesbian Tomb Raider, she fucks the wife, and then the next day, she hides the body. And then you got the brother coming and all these other people that's coming to the house during the snowstorm. They can't leave because it's a snowstorm, may or may not find a dead body, and the body count just starts rising because of this lesbian woman. This movie crazy. So it's called Laced. I gave like a 3-star. Like I kind of forgot a lot of shit that happened in this movie. And then it was like a huge twist at the end. But I'm trying to do better, y'all. I ain't gonna spoil shit, but there's a twist. Y'all gotta watch it. Laced. All right, y'all, so there's another movie I want to talk about. By the title alone, I knew this was going to be ridiculous. And it is called Horny Teenagers Must Die. So this movie opens up, obviously, 2 people f***ing. It's just weird to me because this girl's just riding the dick. She handcuffed him up to the bed. And there's a little kid just watching in the corner. I was like, why is this little kid just watching people f***? So basically, she gets off for riding the dick because the little kid was watching. They're like, get out of here, like trying to kick him out. And she goes to the bathroom, like, okay, you didn't unchain the man, ain't you done? And she's just looking in the mirror all weird and smiling. She sits in the toilet just smiling. But she gets on her phone and proceeds to call her dad. Bitch, you just had your brother watch you, and you gonna call your daddy? It was weird. The little brother or sister, whatever the it is, because you don't know because they don't show you, girl. So this is the whole movie. I don't want to spoil too much. I'm trying not to spoil. So the little kid goes in the bathroom, and Michael Myers is a bitch. Like all in the neck, just cutting the bitch up. Judith Myers, she did. I don't know how she got past or he got past the chain guy to go to the bathroom because the bathroom was. Anyways, he goes out and he cuts the man's dick off. The man just like, oh no! Oh, horny teenagers must die. So this whole movie is a slasher film, and it's a group of friends. They're about to graduate high school, and they want to go to the cabin and have one big fest. Orgy time! So it's basically what this is. So it's all these different types of people. The weenie guy who's a virgin who wants to fuck his girlfriend, but the girlfriend, she's too busy into this lesbian girl named Rachel. She's like, she's not a lesbian, but she's clearly butch. She's clearly Michelle Rodriguez. And she's always with her. She's like, can Rachel come? Like everything they do, they want Rachel to be there. Like, bitch, you stupid. He's trying to fuck you, not Rachel. And then you got all the other people, the people in the car just hooking up already fingering each other already in the car before they get to the cabin. They go to the nerdy guy's family home. It's a nice little home, right? In the middle of nowhere, like the forest.
So here we are, gang.
Here we are where? It looks like a shack.
And it's very don't fuck in the woods vibe. If y'all seen that, it wasn't good. They get there and he's like, oh, well, there's only one bedroom and that's for me. The rest of you guys gotta have tents. And I was like, wait, this ain't a camping trip. You got me. How we go in the trees and the bushes? Bitch, you crazy. Well, they do it. He tells them they can't go into the house to sleep. They gotta get tents and they can't use the bathroom. They gotta use the bathroom down between the 2 trees down the level to down the street by the river. And then when they go to that little Portapoggy river shit place, it was disgusting.
Oh, God.
I mean, I would have to go shit in the woods somewhere. That's disgusting. It was like bugs everywhere. I know there was rats in there. There had to be nasty shit. It was gross. Look, it smelled. Little fumes was going up when the girls went there. You know, they made it extravagant. This is indie. They tried to make sure it looked nasty as hell. They didn't mind. They just set up their tents. They was all fucking already. One guy and this one girl, she was like a dominatrix to him. He liked to be pegged. Is that what the term is? Where the girl gets like a something and she sticks it in him? And she's like, honey, how much lube you want? And he was like, I don't want lube. And I was like, oh, you're living on the edge, bitch. You don't want no lube, that's big old thing. You crazy.
Are you sure you don't want the lube?
I'm living on the edge of glory. So she f***ed him, no lube in the ass. So he must do it a lot. Maybe it's loose because they probably do this a lot. But while this is all happening, there's a killer knocking them all off one by one by one. The killer looked okay. You didn't really see him in a lot of scenes, or her. Y'all, you never know. Basically, the killer, when he kills you, he uses tools from like the shed. He also uses sex toys, and it was crazy. The decapitation in this with the, ooh, y'all gotta watch it. So anyway, so this movie also had a pregnant girl. She was already pregnant, and the guy, she was with the black dude too. Y'all wrong for that. They made sure the black dude got the girth knocked up. He didn't want to have this baby. She's like, we're pregnant, and then she rides his dick again. And then I think she sleeps with somebody else in the group. I was like, bitch, that might not be his kid. Y'all better get a check. And as it goes on, we get the final twist. Like one of these people, obviously, most likely is the killer. So you gotta find out what that is. But I ain't gonna spoil it. But it's called Horny Teenagers Must Die. If y'all be trying to have sex, the killer gonna get you. So be a virgin. All right, next up, you guys, I'm gonna talk about a movie. This is another slasher. This is from the same director who did Pig Killer, I talked about last week. And this movie opens up really weirdly. Basically, this is a sequel. I didn't know it was a sequel, but there's like a podcast, and there's this woman that's on this show, and I guess apparently she has psychic powers, and I think she went up against this killer in the first movie called Nightcaller from 2021. everyone. So there's this slasher that was sadistic and was just killing bitches. She's able to like psychically see this man, retrace his steps. That's how they got together, and then they had their showdown, and supposedly she killed him. We in the sequel, so obviously he ain't dead. So we get into this, and she's talking to this podcaster, and then it cuts to this man. It's a homeless man, and this man has a horrible wig. Like, I've wore some horrible wigs, but this wig was disgusting. So it's this little black wig, and obviously he's probably bald. He wears this wig, and he's just walking on along, and then there's this guy that just comes up behind him. So the guy comes up behind him, and it was weird. I've never seen a slasher proceed to do this. This slasher pulls down this homeless man's pants. Like, who does that to a homeless man? That's disgusting. It probably smelled like gross, nasty Bigfoot. I don't know. So he pulled down his pants, and you see cheeks. And tell me why there's some brown shit on them cheeks. That's nasty. And he gets his blade, and he whacks him with a blade. This is the gross. Scalper, you crazy. So instead of scalping, well, he did scalp. So basically, he shoves it all up in his booty for a lot of times. Like, he's just like that and grunting. So he was just going up in that ass, and bitch, I almost threw up my mouth. I was eating too. I was eating popcorn or something. No, my Doritos. Ooh, Doritos popcorn. Y'all get that smart food. It's delicious. I was eating my Doritos popcorn, and he was just shoving up in his booty hole, and I seen as the blood was on the blade. Bitch, tell me why those brown spots. It was shitty. He got a shitty blade. You got to disinfect that before you go kill the next bitch. After he was like, ooh, like he the homeless man with the blade, he was probably horny, you know. After that, he grabs his fake hair, and then he scalps the bitch and pulls that fake wig off. It was just disgusting. So this is how it opens. I was okay, I'm here for this. This is way better than Pig Killer. It goes off into this guy's killing again. These killings are starting to happen. He got scalped. That's his thing. He's a scalper. So then there's this new girl. I call her low budget, Safeway Select, Bailing. And Bailing was in the other film, Pig Killer, so it's kind of funny that this bitch looks just like her. Maybe Bailing was busy, so they got the low budget version of her. She's the next victim. Not too much of a spoiler, but he scalps this bitch, but this time he scalps her face off. Like, the other bitch in the podcast starts having like hot flashes and going all crazy about to fall out her chair because she's having a vision. He scalps Bailing and takes her face, and he becomes like a scalper Leatherface bitch because he wears it. So for the rest of the movie, when he killing bitches, he Bailing. He wear her face and he be scalping hoes. So basically the whole premise of this movie, it's about him going about killing people, and then this psychic bitch knowing where he is. She can retrace the steps, find out how he kills them. This bitch is powerful. And she's old too. I was just like, which is not bad amount of, that's like an ageist. I'm not an ageist. I'm just saying it's like the main character of this movie was an old lady. She didn't give me Lin Shaye vibes. She wasn't like a badass bitch like I would want her to be. She was just there. She whined a lot. Acted like she had seizures most of the movie. And then the scalper was just scalping bitches. They have a final showdown later, which is kind of cool. I don't want to spoil too much of this, but that's this movie, y'all. I painted a picture for y'all. This is what you in for. There's some cool kills though. A lot of blood, a lot of gore. I like this a little bit better than Pig Killer. Pig Killer I never even finished. I didn't know it was a sequel. I kind of want to go out and watch the first one and see how that is. It's on VOD now, and it is called Scalper. All right, y'all. So it is time for Terrell's Tubi time. So I got two Tubi movies because I ain't been on Tubi in a minute, and I got to get back on it. First one I watched is called Guess Who? So this is a slasher. I love my slashers, y'all, so let's get into it. So it's like takes place on Christmas, but there's this girl who's dating this new guy, and they're falling like in love. She goes to the UK to meet his family. So they get there and they have this big tradition. I guess this is, I've never heard of this, but it is called Murmur Night. It's like a tradition, I guess, in UK or Ireland, places like that. And basically people dress up in masks and weird ass costumes. And they go into the houses, and if they're gonna go there for dinner, they have to go in, say a joke or a riddle, and the people have to guess. And if they can guess who you are, you unveil yourself, and then you can go sit down and have your dinner. This sets up a really cool slasher because the slasher in this movie walks around this trailer park and he has this, and he says these riddles, and if you don't guess the riddle correctly, he kills you. It's great. Caitlin's the main character. I liked her. Before they were going to the trailer park place, they stopped at a restaurant, gas station type of thing. So basically she was in the bathroom, and this guy, I don't know why he was in the women's bathroom, maybe it was all gender, I don't know. So he comes in there and he tries to attack her. So the boyfriend's pumping gas, and Miss Caitlin, she up in here like trying to wash her hands and shit and about to get attacked. So she was wearing this necklace from a family member that she wears all the time, and this man stole it. This is what I liked her. This bitch started swinging on the bitch. She gave him a black eye. She got a nice right hook. And then when they finally get to the UK, they find out, not too much of a spoiler, but that guy who attacked her and stole is one of her boyfriend's family members. I don't know if that was a cousin or something, but basically these are a poor family, and she is a rich girl. They get there, they're all dressed up, other family members come in, so they're all there and they're all making all this food, and they all go around, they go to neighbors' houses and play this murmur shit. So basically they come in, they do these weird ass fucking stupid riddles like, oh, you're this person. And they're like, oh yeah, da, da, da. It's stupid, but it's kind of fun. And the family just starts taking a liking to the future daughter-in-law. He does propose to her. The mother, she seemed like she's all up on this bitch. She goes up and she gets her a costume from like upstairs from her closet and say, here you go, I want to gift you your first murmur costume. So that she takes her little costume and her little mask and she goes around, she tries to do the riddles, and her riddles are very strategical. Like, girl, she came up with some weird shit. I was trying to guess too. It's kind of cool, these people doing these, and you try to guess what these answers are. Then people start dying one by one. There's some cool kills in this. So it's Tubi, just so you know that, to be or not to be. A lot of these slashers I've been watching, they've been having some great final girls, except for the ones to talk about today. But her, she was great, Miss Caitlin. The slasher's cool little bag face mask was very Jason Part 2. Y'all should check this out. I really liked it. The next Tubi movie I want to talk about, this one's a little bit different. It's not a slasher, but it's like a thriller, y'all. This was a crazy one too. It's called The Marriage Pass. This movie is based on a book, I think. I think the book came out a few years ago, and I guess it became very, very popular, and they turned it into a movie on Tubi. So it opens up with this woman. She's married to this guy. Apparently they were married ever since like college. They met and they've been through it. Like, I guess he's cheated on her in the past and she took him back, let it go. And she's always had his back ever since college. And their anniversary is coming up. I don't know, I think it was a 20-year anniversary or something like that. She was all excited. She was getting all dressed up. And then he comes home and she was like, oh, it's our anniversary. He acted like he forgot or something. He's like, oh, I got to go to my bro's bachelor party, da 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 da, some strip club. And he was like, we have all weekend to celebrate. So he didn't seem like he gave a fuck. So I feel bad for her.
I'm sorry. I was going to tell you, but I just figured you were working late again. Let me make it up to you.
Don't worry about it, Dorian. Just keep me as a low priority like you've been doing.
So she just stayed home, went to go work in her nursery because she'd been wanting to have a baby. She was pregnant before and she lost the kid. She had a miscarriage. And that plays a part in the movie later, but y'all, all right, stay tuned. He goes to the bachelor party with his boys. He gets there and he runs into his wife's sister. She's in town. I guess she's like the younger sister and she's like a wild one. She is more promiscuous and more out there, more don't give a f***. And then the wife that he has is just more about her business. She's a businesswoman. He's all catching up with her. She's like, oh, I'm here for a birthday party too. And they're watching the strippers and all this. And his boys all come up and they're like, oh, who's this girl? He's like, oh, sorry to interrupt, because they thought maybe that they were like trying to be a thing. The husband's like, oh no, this is my sister-in-law, da da da. They're like, oh good, so she's single. And she's looking at all them all up and down. She's like, well, which one of you guys are a doctor? Because she wanted somebody with some money. And they were like, oh, we're not doctors. And he's like, but we got money. So she was all looking at him up and down. So she picked one she liked. I don't know, it was weird. She's hella flirting with her brother-in-law. It was kind of gross. But I guess it was gross. She was all flirting with him. And I was just like, this is confusing. Don't tell me he's about to go f the sister. He goes back home and he's with the wife, and the wife is just not understanding why he don't want to be with her. Her girl at work's like, well, you should probably give him a marriage pass. And she was like, a marriage pass? He already had that. He cheated on me many times. She was thinking it up. So she gets back home. The next scene is she's all dolled up, all dressed up, looking good, smelling good, made this wine dinner, some steak. She went all out for this man. He come home all happy, and she's like, I have something for you. So she gives him a little envelope. He opens it and it says marriage pass. He's like, what the f is this? Basically, he gives him a marriage pass. So they have to cash it in, have one night where they can do anything they want with anyone they want, but they can't say what it was. They don't, no questions asked. You're not going to talk about it. Go leave it at that. She feels that it might make their relationship stronger. He was skeptical because he didn't want no other dude breaking his wife's back out. He accepted finally because he talked to his boys. The boys like, oh, you better take that. While this is happening, his wife don't know his sister's in town. They pick the night that they're going to go do this. They both get dressed up and they both go. So he goes out with his boys. They're at a club, at some party or something. And who shows up? The sister! And she's still flirting with him, all up on him. And she's like, oh, I wish I could have someone like you. And he's like, well, maybe tonight you can. Disgusting. And I was like, why you pick this bitch? He f***s her, and they f*** a few times. Like, they get it in. They show it to her titty. So they and then the next day, he gets up and leaves, and then he's all weirded out by her. He starts asking his wife questions, like, who'd you know? And then she's like, oh, we supposed to ask questions? And she's all happy, too, smiling and glowing. So she got some dick. This is where it gets crazy. So, of course, the sister wants to be with the man, so she's trying to ruin his life. The bitch may or may not be pregnant, and it's up because the wife actually wanted a kid, but she knocked up the sister. And then the sister finally finds out that that she's been in town all this time, and then that's when all hell breaks loose, y'all. Let me tell you. But then there's a twist. There's a huge twist that y'all ain't gonna see coming. It just all comes full circle like that. And all the little you gotta watch it because every person's connected to something and it all comes back. And Dorian, I think that's his name, his life gets ruined. Y'all gotta watch this crazy ass movie. So if y'all need to watch this, it's called The Marriage Pass. Would y'all give your man or woman a marriage pass or a boyfriend, girlfriend pass or a they-them pass? Because I don't know if I could do it, y'all. Especially picking somebody that you knew you didn't get wrapped up with. Like, first of all, this is my thoughts. Bitch, why would you pick somebody that's close to Holmes? And then the sister that came up in here, why did you want him? Because all the other guys in his friend group look better than he did. So I was confused by that. And oh, mind you, people start dying in this movie too. They had to hide bodies and shit. I'm not gonna tell you who died, but somebody does get killed. So y'all gotta watch this. This movie is so good. I was on the edge of my seat. I didn't have my popcorn in this movie, but I needed it. But it was great. The Marriage Pass. Let me know what y'all think if y'all check it out. I didn't get any Blu-rays like I said earlier, but I did finally pick this up. So you guys might know Steve Walsh. He put out Muck a few years ago. This movie's stupid. If y'all ain't seen Muck, it was a stupid movie where it was supposed to be a trilogy, right, y'all? I'm just gonna talk about this. So this movie's supposed to be a fucking trilogy, and Muck is a movie that was the middle movie. So when you watch it, you don't know who these people are. It just jumps into some random shit. The next movie is supposed to be the prequel leading up to Muck, and then the third movie is supposed to be what happened after Muck. If you guys have Horror Pack, you probably have it because it was a Horror Pack situation. I bought it back at Best Buy when it was $12, way back when it first came out. Steve Walsh's first movie, and he canceled that trilogy, let's just say that. The next movie he did was Kill Her Goats. I reviewed that on Blu-ray Tuesday, y'all check that out. The movie was fun with friends, but it was stupid. And then we have his latest feature, Fog City. So I got the 4K Ultra HD Steelbook. Let me tell you, Steve Walsh, I will say he's getting better. I will say this movie looked great. I don't know if maybe it was because it's on 4K. Let's just talk about this release first before we get into the movie. So this is a beautiful release, y'all. It has this slip cover that comes off. Look at that, beautiful. And basically it has a little face on it, and then it's all embossed here, y'all. It's all embossed. It's great. I love the way it feels. Look at this little dot. I don't know, but this is the steelbook cover. And then you open it, and bitch, they got more shit in here. You got a little, oh, y'all gonna try and get my digital shit. So you get a digital copy, and then you get a little marker here, a little marker, and it has all like little bonus features, little card, little postcard. And bitch, they give us a magnet entering Wes Craven. Y'all think you clever, bitch. Wes Craven, y'all crazy. This fucking steelbook was so fucking heavy, and it was because of this, but it's really cool. The little picture inside the steelbook, which I really, really like that when it has a little picture inside. And you get the 4K disc with this badass female, and you get the regular Blu-ray disc. So I like this. So they know how to doll up a shitty movie. So basically this movie is about a group of friends who go to this one girl's house because I guess her family's away. It's like a family vacation home. And they're all gonna go party. And basically there's this mysterious fog, and it's orange. Like, why is this fog orange? And it just rolls on in, and everyone just goes fucking crazy and nuts over the fog. They're scared to go outside because they're afraid that they're gonna get hallucinate or something. Why y'all just assume shit? It's fog. Apparently there was this factory that was close by, and they were afraid that something got released, and they didn't want to go outside in it. It's about two girls, and I don't know why these two girls gotta be in little schoolgirl outfits. Maybe they go to a private school, but they were very skimpy little outfits, two girls eating at a diner. And they're starting to leave the diner, and these two little stupid dudes run up trying to do a prank. I guess try to pretend like there was a fire at the diner. They're running out all laughing. You got the token black dude and I think he was Latino. They're the only people of color in this movie, and they're in it for 2 seconds. The main girl, Georgia, I think is her name, she was like, oh, you can't fucking do this. She like socks him, and she kicks the other dude in the nuts. His balls, whoever did this acting, the way they edited, the way he did that shot, and maybe it was the sound effects, that sounded like she busted his eggs. His huevos was gone, bitch. She seems like she's off her rocker because he said 2 words to her after this, and she started punching and kicking into the balls. So I wouldn't want to be with her. So anyway, she's dating this guy for 9 months now, and her girl, Regan is her name. So Regan, she just keeps letting her know, you've been dating him for all this time, all this, his name is JK, because I guess his name is Jeremiah, but they call him JK, I don't know why, maybe because he's a joke. She's like, oh, why haven't you guys like, you need to f him already. And this guy who plays JK, he's from Scream, the TV series. He played Will, and they're about to go to college, and they're going to 2 different colleges. I guess she's a virgin. She wants everything to be perfect. She wants a perfect first time. And her best friend's just a hoe. And she's like, I f all these guys already. You need to f before we go to college.
You just gonna do it or what? Do it?
And she's like, have you ever tried to even like jack him off? She said she tried, but it didn't work. I guess he can't get hard. I think he's gay. The whole movie, they make this a whole plot. She's like, oh, you should try sucking him off. And have you tried the X, Y, and Z? She just wouldn't know through all this. If y'all seen Kill Her Goats, a lot of this random talking that happens in this. And then they go to Regan's family's house, and all the little couples start coming in. The fog starts rolling on in, and they all start going crazy. But before that, all his buddies were like, oh yeah, you can't get hard, you need Viagra and all this type of shit. Think he might be gay, y'all. After this, the girlfriend keeps telling you, you need to go f your boyfriend. And then the girl's like, well, if you keep saying that, how about you go f him? So Regan's like, okay, I was shocked. You hoe ass bag whore. That's probably why she kept telling her to go because she wanted him, this whole bag whore. Anyways, her coochie probably stank. So she take the man, and the boyfriend's shit too. I'm looking at everybody sideways. Like, bitch, how are you so quick to drop her? He got mad. He got a little boy syndrome. I think his dick's probably small. Because when they get upstairs and she starts riding his dick, he still wasn't getting hard. You weren't getting hard with the hoe or the goody two show. So what the you want? Some dick. Awful friends. So basically what I'm trying to say is everybody in this friend group is just suspect. I don't like none of you people. The fog comes in and everyone's like, oh, should we make a run for it? Like, oh, we won't have time. And then they start arguing. They all yell at each other for at least 40 minutes. Like the whole first 55 minutes of the movie was talking about small dick boy who can't get hard, the girl being a goody two shoes, Miss Perfect, and you got these people just arguing about peanut butter. It's weird. Like, why y'all fighting so much? Let me tell you, when that girl came back downstairs after she done sucked on her man, let me tell you what she did. She came down there to apologize. I don't want to hear nothing the bitch got to say. And I like Miss Georgia. She picked up a knife and she stabbed this bitch in the neck. And she stabbed her not once, not twice, but 45 times. She that neck up. She was neckless. But before she did that, she grabbed her up and slammed her on the table. I was like, okay, Georgia, this is what I wanted to do, you stupid cutback whore bitch, stanky pussy bitch. I'll be mad if you gonna take my man upstairs and come back to apologize. I try to tell you his dick don't get hard. That's on you. So then all the other people are like, oh, it's the fog driving people crazy. And they tie her downstairs and they handcuff her. The cops come. And I was like, if the cops is in the fog, why y'all thinking like there's something wrong? We're gonna get into spoilers, Tory. Low-key, Miss Georgia's off her rockers. I don't know if it's the fog or the bitch is crazy. Maybe she needs some dick to calm down. But she knocks off everybody in this movie. She kills every single person in this movie. She uses chainsaws, swords, knives. This bitch is psychotic. She even kills the cops. And I loved it. But it took me a long time to get to this point. You got all this arguing and sex talk. Why is this shit called Fog City? This is more like Fog Cape Town or Fog Cabin. Cause bitch, the little orange fog just rolls on in and it was nothing. Another spoiler alert. Should I spoil this even further? But there's a twist. What I spoiled wasn't even the twist. Watch it, cause I'm sure some of y'all probably got this steelbook, but y'all need to check it out. If you guys had Horror Pack, I don't get that $45 thing anymore because they give you bullshit. But Horror Pack had this in their last exclusive from December. Not the steelbook, but the basic bitch version. This movie, I liked the most, I think, out of all of them. But I think I still gave it like 3.5 like I did Kill Her Goats. So I'm excited to see what they're gonna do next. Let me know what y'all thought. Fuck him. Fog City. I keep fucking that up, y'all. So this is this week's Blu-ray Tuesday. I reviewed a whole bunch today. I hope y'all will go watch some of these movies. And if you have, let me know what y'all thought. And thank you guys for all subscribing and watch us every week, because I love it. Listen to the Overlook Hour, Ep115, updates on that coming soon. Stay tuned for more Blu-ray Tuesday. Bye. Actually, I think that's from a different movie I was supposed to talk about.